Is it warm enough? Or I'm kind of cold phobic.
We get 1.1 million people. Come by boat, come by train, even come by broom, but don't bring your car. I work in video games. I work in mobile games. Right now, it's like the land of opportunity to be in the game industry. I started at Parker Brother Games, cut my teeth on Monopoly, Star Wars, Nerf, Trivial Pursuit. If you look at Monopoly, it did $5 billion in revenue. So
The mobile game, $5
the
billion.
mobile game alone did that amount of work. And then
Wow.
we were able to go to Mattel, get the Barbie license. Now it's the Barbie yoga game. So
Well, why didn't I
mean,
think of that? That's a brilliant idea.
yeah.
Hello, happy Thursday. How are you doing today, Tom?
I'm great. How are you, Sanjay?
I am good. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Where are you calling from?
I'm in Salem, Massachusetts.
I've never been up there. I have an RV. One of my goals is to, one of these summers, take it all the way from, South Florida all the way up to Massachusetts and back.
Wow. Well, you should come in October because Salem's the Halloween capital of the world.
October is the best time to do it? Is
Well,
it warm enough? I'm
get
kind of
1.1
cold
million.
phobic.
We get 1.1 million people into Salem in October to celebrate the Halloween.
You have enough parking spots for that many people?
The mayor says, you're always welcome to come to Salem. Come by boat, come by train, even come by broom, but don't bring your car.
There you go. Well, we'll see if I can do a bit later in the year. Well, tell me more about the business.
Yeah. So Dusenberry Entertainment's been around for about 25 years now. It's a consulting and advisory business that also goes in and does operational type work. So I'm in the toy and game industry, so that's my focus, and I pretty much stay in my lane. But with that said, the game industry has become so vast right now that I work in board games, I work in video games, I work in mobile games, and I work in all kinds of licensing activities as well. So right now, it's like the land of opportunity to be in the game industry.
I actually started my career doing game engines, and it was when the e-commerce boom happened. So I had created this animation engine, and it ended up being used by Sephora for their kiosks. So they had kiosks with interactive animation. So I ended up using the technology for more kiosk and e-commerce. I just, grew up as a gamer, wanted to make games, decided to just use the technology for other things. But this is really interesting. How did this all get started for you?
Well, I've been in the game industry my entire career. So I started at Parker Brother Games, and I cut my teeth on like Monopoly and Star Wars and Nerf and Trivial Pursuit. And then Hasbro purchased
When you
Parker
say you cut
Brothers.
your teeth on Monopoly, what does that mean? How did you?
Well,
how were you a
when
part of
I
it?
was joined with Parker Brothers, Monopoly was a little 2D board game that was selling for $2.99.
My
And
God.
with me and my team, what we did was we worked on it from a point of view of taking a 2D board game and making it a brand. And so we brought out Rich Uncle Pennybags for the character, and we started to exploit the brand from a point of view of doing derivative products and going into interactive. And so today, if you look at Monopoly as an example, Monopoly Go, which is a little mobile game, it did $5 billion in revenue. So
The mobile game did $5
the
billion.
mobile game alone did that amount of
Now,
work.
is that more from the sales of the game, or is it more from transactional kind of things people do, like
Everything
special
is
characters?
it's a free to play game, so everything is transactional. So I think that's the model that really works right now, because the deeper the consumer gets, the more money the publisher gets.
Yeah, it's a great business model. Tell me more about how you're leveraging technology, and especially AI, for kind of growing this or see that happening.
Yeah, I've been working with AI for the last 30 years. And so when I was at Hasbro Interactive, as an example, we had a really popular game called Scrabble. And Scrabble was a multiplayer game where you and I and others would play together, but we wanted to make it a PC game. And so we needed to have single play game. And so you had to compete against somebody else. So we created an AI model called Maven, which was able to compete. And the Maven was at 5 different levels. So if you were a beginner, it was a fun game, or if you were very advanced, it was a fun game. And we could modify the programming because of AI behind that. So that's really began with me. But I've been working with AI my entire career, and right now it's just amazing how AI applies to every single part of my business. I find that I used to be a big CEO for a big company, and I had all these people working for me, and I kind of feel that way now with AI because of the fact that AI can really interact with me on distribution. It can help me with research, and it can help me with programming, and it can help me with financial analysis. To me, I'm deeply embedded into AI and using it as much as possible in every single part of my business.
Tell me more about what you do for people. Let me pull up your website real quick. So, how does somebody work with you? Do you find people that have game ideas, or perhaps do you kind of convert a game that's in one format into another? For you kind of how do new ideas originate with your partnerships and your business?
Yeah, so like right now, what I do is that I work with M&A. So if you have a business that needs to get restructured or refinanced, I'm really good at that kind of stuff. I also work very aggressively in being able to do licensing. So I find
Hmm.
entrepreneurs that have patents and basic products, and then I connect them with big companies and license that type of property out. So, as an example, I work with a small company that's got a yoga business, and it's got a unique patent from a point of view of the symbols and how you're able to use yoga. And then
Wow.
we were able to go to Mattel and get the Barbie license. So now it's the Barbie yoga game that is brought into the marketplace. So
Well, why
I
didn't
do
I
that.
think of that? That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, yeah, and I do that kind of licensing, and then, what's really popular, at least in my world right now, is called hybrid entertainment, and that's where you have both digital product and physical product that come together, and, I'm very active in that area because of the fact that, it's an area that monetizes on several levels, meaning that you have a retail component and a digital component to be able to make money.
Beautiful. If someone wants to work with you, what's the best way to do? Contact us on your website or reach out to you directly?
Yes, you can contact me directly. It's at tom@tomdusenberry.com. And I am looking for people to, partners from a point of view of collaboration. And, looking for unique innovation that, is beyond the idea, but is something that's substantial enough that would be something that you could sell to another company.
Well, thank you so much for joining today, Tom.
Yeah, thank you, Sanjay. It was a pleasure.
Run your day with runday.ai.